Here at the Cincinnati Zoo, we have a lot of pools that animals swim in. Polar bears, hippos, manatees, a variety of species. And it's really pretty, clear glass, but of course it needs some maintenance, it needs some cleaning. So we have divers that dive in these tanks. Now, typically, other than manatees, people don't dive with the animals in there, and certainly not the polar bears. But it takes a lot more work than you'd think to make sure that we do it right and we do it safely. And that's where my friend Jen Meeks comes in. She's our dive safety officer. And you think, oh, it's not a big pool, but it takes a lot. Tell us a bit about how you run this program.
Yes, well, we have volunteer divers. We have a roster of about 90 volunteer divers,
Man.
About half a dozen of which are crazy enough to come in here and dive in the polar bear pool year-round. We dive twice a week to come in and vacuum, scrub the rock work, and clean the glass.
Wow, now that's challenging because even on a warm day, this is cold water.
It is. It's about 60 degrees right now.
All right, so I've been diving in the tropics where it's fun. You wear your bathing suit. What do you have to wear in 60-degree water?
Well, in here, not only for thermal protection, but also for to keep ourselves clean and safe from anything contaminants that might be in the water from the polar bear fecal matter. We have to wear full dry suits and full face masks to minimize skin and water contact to keep us safe. It is very challenging. The equipment is very heavy. It's very difficult to use, but it keeps us safe, and we're able to get the work done.
Now, the exciting thing is I know we have some new equipment. That Duke Energy was very generous to donate professional deep diving equipment, but even though it's not as deep, it's really valuable. Tell us a bit about that.
Absolutely. This equipment we got is commercial grade dive equipment. This is the real deal. This is what commercial hard hat divers wear.
We partner in donating items, and when Jay and a lot of our fellow employees volunteer here, so it was a great fit for us. So they brought it to us. We were looking when we were talking about getting rid of the dive team and stuff, so they kind of came to me, the team, and said, hey, we're doing this. They've got a need for it, so it was a perfect fit for Duke and the zoo.
So we have two hard hat diving helmets that will allow the divers to breathe more easily while working. The masks we were using before are wonderful. They're very comfortable, but they're really made more for a nice relaxing dive, chatting with your buddy underwater, not doing really hard work. These masks, these helmets, that's exactly what they were designed to do, and we will be able to get in there, scrub, and keep this tank clean much more safely and much more efficiently than we did before.
Now, almost everybody's seen that kind of a diving helmet and that diving system, but I can tell from putting it on yesterday, man, that thing weighs a ton. I mean, you have to sit and be ready to put it on. So when you're in the water, do you feel that it's dangerous? You can't get to the top?
Nope, everything feels much lighter under the water, and we were already wearing 100 pounds of equipment in the rigs that we were wearing before. The divers had to carry the tanks on their backs and all the weights and everything they had to wear to counteract that equipment added up to 100 pounds. With this new equipment, even though those helmets feel really heavy, because they're not carrying everything else on them, they've actually cut the weight down to just 60 pounds of equipment. And once you're underwater, that helmet doesn't feel really heavy anymore. It's much more comfortable. You can just sort of bounce around under there like an astronaut on the moon.
Well, Jen, thanks. It's neat. It's fun. I'm glad we can say a little bit about what it takes to keep a system like this running. Over the years, the zoo saves a lot of money and water by using rainwater that our animals swim in. We don't flush it down the drain nearly as much as we once did by being able to keep it clean, but it's a complex system, and thanks to Duke Energy, we're able to do it better than ever.